What keeps me coming back is knowing what life was like for me as a 16-year-old, like 18-year-old girl who didn't know she was queer. She didn't know, I didn't know it, but it was in there, but I didn't know it. But I felt so utterly invisible in terms of what was available to me, what was there, pop culture, what was around me. Like I had
Mm,
to fit how I wanted to see myself into what was there, but none of it really fit me. And so what keeps me coming back is trying to make a space for that girl who is 12 years old right now in Alabama or in Mississippi or in South Carolina who is, I don't get it. I feel like an alien. I feel like there's no place where I belong. There's no place that really gets me. And I feel like I'm the only one out here. I come back to show her that she's not. Like you may not, and you might not see it like in your community perhaps, but maybe there's an online community. Maybe like through because I put this documentary out and you find it on Tubi
hey,
in 2 years, you know what I
hey,
mean?
yes, now we talking.
Like no
Mhm.
shade, you see it on Tubi, you're like, that girl that's 12 years old, like the pieces connect for her. And she's, it's not just me out here. What that does to somebody at an earlier age, like I want that for those girls. I didn't get that until much, much later in life. And it created a struggle for me in terms of my identity and in terms of knowing my own power and understanding my own power. And I want them to have that earlier. What builds my cup is stories like the ones that I share, the reflections of my students who say, yeah, I didn't know this, and now I look at the community differently. This is not about trying to make more people queer. It's not that. But what I do love is when people have a better understanding of themselves. When they say, like one of my students did, I've been dating boys. My mom keeps asking me on FaceTime, like, who am I dating? And all of that. And I keep trying to go out so that I have something to tell her when she calls me. But what I realize is I don't want to do that anymore. I realize that I probably am happier over here.
Mhm.
And just that realization of her own story, of her own journey, of her own self, like that's what keeps me coming back.